There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus and francium and fluorine and terbium and magnesium, mercury, molybdenum, magnesium, dysprosium and scandium and cerium and cesium. Oh, hello friends, John here. Welcome to another one of my reviews. There's no silly little quips today, so let's get straight to it. Today we are looking at a two-player card game called Elements from Pegasus Spiele, all about the joys of the periodic table. No, I lied, that theme is not present here at all, despite the name of the game. What Elements actually is a kind of souped up version of blackjack, where you are aiming to make the total of your hand of cards reach a specific target number without going over, whilst that number could change from turn to turn. So without further ado, let's crack it open, have a gander at how the game plays, let's see what I think of it. The game consists of 16 cards altogether. There are 6 different elements in it, made up of 2 wood, 2 fire, 2 earth, 2 metal, 2 water, and 6 yin-yang cards. Now, looking at the rules, there seems to be no reference to the 5th element, supreme being, in it, and nor does my game seem to include the Lilu Dallas multipass. Anyway, the theme is utterly pasted on, as only the numbers are important, and the elements themselves have no significance whatsoever. The game also has 12 wooden victory point tokens. Set those to the side. To begin with, start by dealing both... Whoa, stop right there, hold on a second. Whatever happened to wind? I thought that was one of the elements. They included wood and metal, but they left out wind. It's like they didn't want me to include any fart jokes whatsoever. Start by dealing both players 6 cards and remove the remaining 4 cards from the round. You have 5 options on your turn, 3 which keep the round going, whereas the other 2 end the round. Your first option is to play a card. Play a card from your hand into the middle. This will increase the target you are trying to make your hand reach. Each time a card is played into the middle, splay it over the top so that the total remains seen. Option 2 is to take the top card from the middle. When doing this, rather than putting it in your hand, instead lay it up in front of you for your opponent to see. These cards are added to your hand's total and remain with you permanently for the rest of the round. You may not discard, play, or have an opponent take it from you. You played a wood, so I'm going to take that wood and put it in front of me. So basically, you gave me wood. Option 3 is to discard a 6. You may remove a yin-yang card from your hand. You may only discard a 6 and no other numbers. The next actions will end the round. The 4th action is to knock. When the sum of your cards are equal to or below the total in the middle, you may choose to knock. Both players then reveal their hands, and whoever is closer to the target, without going over, wins. If scores are equal, then the player who did not knock breaks ties. The winner of the round earns themselves 2 victory points. If you knocked and your hand exceeds the total, then you automatically lose the round. Your opponent earns 2 victory points, and it's back to school for you. The final option is to yield. If you're expecting defeat, you may end the round by yielding. This forfeits the round to your opponent, but acts as a little safety net, as they only earn 1 victory point. That is how a round plays out. You keep playing more rounds until one player reaches 6 victory points, where they are then crowned the Lilu Dallas multipass. There you have it, that was Elements. Let's start this out by talking about the theme. There isn't one. Written in the beginning of the rules, it states some information about how you can look up some more information about the 5 elements of wuxing that supposedly this game takes its theme from. Now, in the rest of the rules, there is absolutely no more reference to the ideas of elements. In fact, one of the turn options is written discard a 6. There's not even written discard a yin-yang card to make that tenuous link to the theme. The game is solely about playing numbers. When you play a card, you say, I'm playing a 2, I'm not playing fire. The theme is completely pasted on. Frankly, the game could have been about breaking wind, where players play different cards trying to produce the greater guff without exceeding the limit and therefore defecating yourself. No? Overall, the theme does not detract from the quality of the game. Neither does it really contribute anything other than some pretty artwork. I mean, check out those abs. The game does not take long at all to learn. The rules are simple and there are examples included, resulting in a fast time from getting the game unwrapped to being played on the table. After a few little playthroughs, you'll start to try different strategies to outwit your opposite number. The cards are oversized and therefore a little bit too big for my tiny little hands. Nonetheless though, they are made with good quality and very sturdy. The victory point tokens are shaped a bit more like starfish rather than actual stars because they seem to be a bit more wavy than they are symmetrical. It's almost like the tokens were affected by some sort of wind. Still nothing? Ah, well. The mechanics are wonderfully simple but can create such chaos. Like breaking wind in a packed elevator and successfully passing the blame onto one of the other occupants. What's that? Yeah? What? Oh my, thank you! Oh my God, thank you so much. I mean, I'm going to cherish this forever. I'd like to Playing a card from your hand not only increases the target total, but it also decreases the amount that you have left in your hand. So often you end up playing a card and getting to that perfect total, being ready to knock, only for your opponent to pull the rug from beneath your feet and change that target total. The hubris this game creates is brilliant. You start to question your gut instincts. So many times you'll confidently knock, assured that you have victory, only for your opponent to outdo you. Also, you pessimistically doubt yourself by yielding, only realizing that you would have won, and you give points to your opponent rather than you should have earned them yourself. You then start to get involved in mind games, trying to determine what actions your foe will take. You strain to outbluff each other as you descend into madness. If you're not into numbers, then this game probably isn't for you, as you will have to frequently add and subtract numbers throughout the course of the game. However, saying that, I do think that it is a fantastic learning and consolidation tool for practicing adding and subtracting numbers. It can be tricky at times because you have to keep track of the total of the amount in the middle and the total of the number in your hand. And when you play a card or remove one, you then have to think ahead about what it's going to do to both of those totals. To help this, allow a player maybe to keep a notepad to mark their score and use an erasable board or some other substitute to keep track of the number in the middle. I picked up this game on sale for about £5, and in my opinion it was totally worth it. Now, it is a victim of being a microgame, where so often that the game is pretty good to play, but it's never going to reach the stratospheric levels of being an outstanding game. Playing Elements can be a fun little way in trying to reach a decision that you and a partner might have, or to settle any disputes. Well, you want an Indian and I want a Chinese, so why don't we play for it? The game is not for everyone, but it is very quick to play and highly portable. Two colleagues could bring it to the table during their lunch break and, fingers crossed, return to work without ripping one another's throat out. No, I want to be the one that gets to grout the bathroom. That's it. With a very small, simple tweak, this game could be played using a standard deck of cards. So by all means, try it. However, if you do really enjoy it, I strongly suggest that you do pick yourself up a copy of this game, just to help support board game designers out there. You want to have a baby? And we conclude another board game right there. Tell me what you thought down in the comments below. What are your opinions of the game? Are there any other micro games that you recommend playing? Are there any games you would like to see me review? If so, let me know. Happy gaming and cheerio. Oh, there's Captain Sonar, Tide of Time, Dixit and Mysterium, Carcassonne, Arkham Horror, Cash and Guns, Elysium.